What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Hojo Show with your boy Howard. Listen, I'm gonna make this a quick one, but I'm definitely doing this video because I be damned if I let Lil Boosie get away with this one. We finna get into this situation with Lil Boosie and how he treating his daughter, and I'm finna lay some stuff out. I'm gonna make it real quick, or I'm gonna try to, because I can go in on him all day long, baby. So kick off your shoes, get comfortable if you're new here, because we family. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also, make sure you have your notifications turned on so you can be notified whenever I drop another beat like this. Without further ado, let's get to it, baby. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Yes, I'm jaded. Most of the things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you chase.
So as I'm sure a lot of y'all know that's been paying attention to what's been going on online all day, it's been brought up, with this situation with Lil Boosie and his daughter. So his daughter came on live and she basically did a video expressing how hurt she was and what she'd been dealing with for a long time with her father, Lil Boosie, and him as far as like respecting and accepting her lifestyle. And before we get into that video, we're going to get into what made her upset, okay? So for some of y'all that may have not watched, Lil Boosie went on Carisha Please just the other day. And in the video of Carisha Please, Carisha went to ask him about his situation with his daughter that's gay. And I'm just going to play the footage.
So your daughter came out and told you she was gay.
It was nothing. I mean, she still can't bring her situation to our house. My daughter is grown.
Well, why? She's grown.
Because I don't want it to contaminate her other. It's a generation we raised. I don't want her to get contaminated to her other 6, 7 sisters who look up to her. I want them to bring me grandchildren the right way.
Boosie crazy.
If I want grandchildren the right way, that's what I'm going to stand on. If I don't want my other little girl to look at that and say, "What's that, daddy?"
Contaminated.
To somebody she looks up to, it's not going to come around. My grandpa didn't let it. My daddy didn't let it. And I didn't let it. I just hope the one under me, when they take this throne, they don't let it. Because that's not what our family believe in. Like you say, we Southern Baptists. I love me and my daughter relationship like this. But when she understands everything, she know daddy don't go, she know. But that's what she chooses to do. But she know we don't go for that. I'm like Whitney Houston mama. Yeah, she gonna stay over there.
Boy, let me tell you something. If anybody in my family ever got on TV or something and said anything even remotely close to that, boy, imagine a nigga getting on TV, your father getting on TV and thinking he's spitting and saying that he does not allow his daughter to bring her girlfriend or any of that related to her lifestyle to his home around their siblings, acting like she the walking bubonic plague. Contaminate ignorance. You are ignorant. Even crazy about this is you wearing your daughter out like that, and at the same time you got your ugly ass online and made that tweet about that tired ass. Let's just play the daughter video, and then I'm gonna continue. Because I almost got too far ahead of myself.
I really don't even know where to start for real. But I feel like my daddy want me to give y'all what y'all want. And he want me to give him what he want as well. He always speaking on my sexuality. The whole world know that. And it been about 2 years now that I'll be quiet. I keep quiet on the shit. I wouldn't say nothing. I just go with the flow. I did everything in my power to understand that this is my father regardless. Like, I'm gonna accept him and love him for who he is. So I just seen he recently did an interview with Carisha, and he used the word contaminating. And putting my siblings in it with that. If you know me, this shit make me so mad. If you know me, I love and respect my siblings with everything in me. And they respect me and love me with everything in them. When you getting on their nerves, I'm who they call. My siblings, most of my siblings, teenagers. Teenagers you don't want to let grow up. But okay. Another thing. You keep speaking on me gay. You keep doing interviews and I don't say nothing, right? The first ever interview you did, you said you found out I was gay that I like girls and I had a girlfriend from a picture that went viral. That was a lie. I let that slide. I never addressed it. You found out I was gay a year before that. The incident happened in Jamaica when I was a gay B-word. When you called me a gay B-word. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before and I forgave you, you wouldn't even understand. And no matter how you feel, at the end of the day, nigga, I'm your blood. I am your daughter. And me, I feel like I done been through the most with you. And every time I turn around, it's like you bashing me. It's like you bashing me. And it's like the whole world can go against you, but I won't. Since I've been a little girl, I never would go against you.
You know, let me tell you something. Hold on, let me say something. I don't even think people would be surprised, baby, that he called you a gay B-I-T-C-H, and I don't even think they'd be surprised, because Boosie is like literally the poster grandpa of niggas that be homophobic, transphobic. They just can't stand the LGBT kids. They have all of this stuff against us in the public. But behind closed doors, baby, he better than Superhead. Don't ever be blind to the fact of who this nigga really is. He give himself away every time. And I want to kind of let this video play a little bit some more. But I'm just going to finish dogging it. If you need to watch the video, I might play a little bit more of the video. But I'm just going to get to this. Let me tell you something. What is sad about this is that's your daughter, number one. I don't give a damn what she is. You supposed to love her and still ride for her. The way you be running around here riding for these bum ass dudes that you be calling your homies and shit. To say contaminate like she is a plague or something, you are disgusting. And you could tell the rest of the people in the crowd was like, oh, like, who says that? And you sitting there talking about we Baptists, you're a damn fool. And on the cool, baby, you really need to be cremated somewhere while you breathing. That's what needs to happen. Your ass needs to be cremated while you sitting on somebody's talk show doing all of that, talking about your own flesh and blood like that. You are a disgrace. It's not her. You are a disgrace. If anything, they should stay the hell away from your ass. They shouldn't even come to your house. Because everything you represent is everything that a woman should not want to be around or a man. You're horrible. But dig these blues. That ain't even the straw that broke the camel's back, baby. I'ma tell you what makes this situation and everything you said even worse. You the same nigga that just made this tweet online the other day supporting Diddy. You literally said out your own black ass mouth, I feel Diddy in jail for basically doing what every other famous entertainer has done. Flew bitches out for threesomes. He just freakier. We actually go call women prostitutes who fly in willingly to be with their partners for sex. If that's the case, if you've been flued out and had sex, you should be labeled a prostitute. If that's the case, that's 80% of the women reading this in trafficking. Hashtag hell now. You're a celebrity. You gotta fly pussy in. How else you gonna get the PUSSY? You're never in one place. When I saw that video, I was pissed off at this nigga. Like he really got a problem. But facing life in prison, quotations, for doing basically what so many other entertainers has done, hashtag I disagree. That's what make the situation 10 times worse. You literally made this tweet basically telling the entire world, industry, everybody that you standing 10 toes behind P. Diddy, which, nigga, it's damn near nobody supporting him. I feel like this is probably one of the first artists, damn near 90% of everybody in agreement to he done that. Take that nigga needs to go down. Even with Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, you know, like we've had the people that's like, oh, y'all just trying to tear Black Brother down. Or he was about to buy NBC. Or he was about to buy BET. So they know what they did. They know what they doing. They trying to tear another black man down. You know, we had all of that. And that's not saying we don't got none of that this time. We had a couple of here and there dummies sprinkled here and there that, well, I don't agree or I disagree or is guilty of innocent until proven guilty. We got a little bit of that. But I feel like a large majority of the culture is all in agreement to that nigga done that nigga needs to go down. We are all like, this is just too many. Everybody ain't lying. These situations is getting a little more and more freaky. Everybody ain't lying and they got footage. Yeah, nigga, you done that, you need to go down. But you of all people that swear you can't stand the gays. You talk about us. You always trying to run down on the gays. You always, from Dwayne Wade's daughter to Lil Nas X, like you always got something to say about the gays. You literally do. And basically you always tell on yourself. You talk about this experience you had with a nigga walking up seeing a dude, a punk riding on another nigga in prison, which no man in prison ever sits back and watch that long. The way you was that in tune with that situation, and the way you remember this whole situation, and you tell it like it's a movie you still watching and you mesmerized behind. You are a big punk. You really is. That's what's crazy to me, because all of y'all, the straight folks, like y'all be saying he be speaking facts. Y'all don't know, baby. He ain't speaking no facts. He telling on himself. Y'all just too damn dumb to realize it. He be telling on himself. Is you crazy? What? Please tell me what man y'all know. What man y'all know that have been in prison that's gonna tell y'all they seen a nigga, a punk ride a nigga in prison, and he was riding that bitch. He was riding. You ain't gonna hear no nigga say, cause a nigga gonna get out the way. A nigga not gonna even stand around and look at that. Who? Bitch, you can't tell me. Cause bitch, I been in there for 11 years with them niggas. A nigga is not gonna ever stand around and look at another. They not. They are not. It's not gonna happen. It's not happening. Only niggas that would do some shit like that is them freaks, them perverts that be curious. Boosie is very much that. I promise you. You crazy as hell if you think he be spitting facts. You crazy as hell. He's a queen. I'm telling y'all better open your eyes if y'all ever in y'all life hear a man that talks, represents, present themselves like Boosie, baby, that is a red flag your ass needs to be paying attention to. If your man is in agreement with Boosie with this situation, baby, you better be paying attention to what's going on in your home. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you. You better be paying attention and checking your phone and checking to see if certain apps is in your nigga phone. I'm telling you. Because these niggas be giving y'all the signs. Y'all don't even need to ask nobody else. It be in y'all face. I'm telling you, baby. And this is what y'all gotta realize. That's what I be saying. Them niggas they don't be turning this way because they be wanting booty, because they can get that from a female. They be coming on this side of the fence because they want what? What's the first thing Boosie always talk about? He's seen in that visualization of what he said he walked up on. When he tell that story, what do he be talking about? D-I-C-K. That's all he really remember. If you watch that clip, it's in your face, baby. It's in your face, baby. They be wanting it, baby. They be wanting to outdo y'all. I'm telling you, don't be no fool. Boosie's a hoe. I'm telling you, baby. If a nigga agree with a nigga like him with this stuff, oh, baby, you better do your homework. I'm telling you. Anyway, like I said, it's just horrible that you as a grown man and a father will be sitting here defending somebody like this, somebody that has brought harm to so many men and women and took advantage of them. Like the crimes and allegations against Diddy and the stuff that he has done is just mortifying. And to know that you would even defend that, and you got daughters, and you sitting on that interview talking about, because we ain't gonna raise mine like that, and my daddy didn't raise like that, and his daddy didn't raise it, and I hope the one that take the throne behind me don't raise like what? They ain't did no good job. Look at you. You're horrible. And then every other month, you swear you get online and say somebody stole something, they robbed your car, they took a chain, something, so you can file an insurance claim because you're a scammer. Like, what have they done? They ain't did much. And every time you have a concert, somebody either get unalive, somebody get shot up, something like people fighting. What are you doing for the community and the culture? Nothing that you do is positive. I just think it's fucked up that you would do your own daughter like that. You got your daughter sitting in the car crying because of some stuff that you saying, and it's embarrassing and humiliating to know that her father supports Diddy, but saying that he don't want his daughter to bring her girlfriends to the house to contaminate the rest of the children. You sound crazy. Oh, so you think supporting Diddy wouldn't contaminate them? Your kids wake up and see their daddy supporting Diddy and everybody else looking at Diddy crazy, but your daddy supporting him. You think that ain't contaminating their minds? You crazy as hell. You are a sorry excuse for a man. You are ridiculous. I need y'all parents to please, I don't care what the world says, the worst thing that you can do is turn your back on your child. Whether they come out as gay, lesbian, trans, whatever, turn your back on your child. That is the worst thing you can do. I say that because you have to understand that a lot of times you may not know it and you may not understand it, but all it takes is for you to sit down and listen to your child. Okay? I don't care about what you believe and what you chose to pick and choose out of the Bible to throw at your kids. I'm telling you right now, that's the worst thing you could do. Don't pick and choose which sin you want to beat somebody down with. No, baby, if you know you're not following all of them. Okay? It takes nothing to love your kids. They didn't ask to be here. That's number one. And you do not know if this lifestyle to them is something that they were born into. You do not know if this was something that they've been living with for years and years, and it took them all the way till they moved out the house with you to tell you. You don't know this. You don't know what has went on in their mind. You don't know what they have experienced in school. You don't know. You don't know. So the worst thing that you can do is turn your back on your children and be a Boosie. That is the worst thing you can do. Because I'm going to tell you what that does. When your child comes to you at whatever age and they tell you that they think that they are gay or they're lesbian or they want to be trans, or if they tell you these things and you ridicule them and you talk to them bad and speak negative to them and turn your back on them and you bet not come in this house with that, and when you do all of that, I'm going to tell you what that does. It makes an innocent child that has never been in trouble, never thought about getting in trouble, never thought about being in trouble, never thought about disrespecting their parents and doing things that their parents told them not to do, never thought about that. It makes them become rebellious because it's like they already fighting a lot that you don't know about. And it already took them a whole lot to come to you and tell the person that they love, the person they confide in, that mother and father, what they know, they feel like they can be safe with. It's taken a lot for them to express this to you. So when you respond in that way to them, and it's a negative response when they probably were already scared, it's almost like another door is slammed in their face. And it's like, I gotta go to school, I gotta worry about getting bullied, I gotta worry about getting jumped on. I can't come home and tell my mom and my daddy that I was getting bullied and jumped on, because when they ask me why, I gotta tell them it's because they was calling me gay. I ain't ready to tell my mom and daddy that yet. That's embarrassing. So I gotta go to bed every night and worry about this. These are things that a lot of us have went through that y'all don't know. If I'm already dealing with this, and I'm telling y'all just being honest with myself, I dealt with a lot of that. So then when you come home, you want to tell your parents, you can't tell them, because I can't tell my parents that I've been fighting, that I have to defend myself because of all this, but I can't tell them that at 10 years old, because when they ask me why, I can't tell them because they said that I'm gay. I don't even know, understand, I can't tell them that. That's embarrassing. So when you finally go through years and years and years of that, and you build up the courage to tell your parents that, and then you turn around and you get them this negative feedback, it's like another door slammed in their face. Now, your child is looking for acceptance somewhere. And when I say acceptance somewhere, it's like, you don't feel accepted at home. You don't feel accepted when you're at school. And because, you're dealing with all of this. So when you do finally meet people that's on the outside doing stuff that you would never normally do, whether it's some drag queens somewhere on the host strolls, or it's some punks that's wilding out, robbing people and stuff like that. It's almost like you don't even care about the fact that they doing something wrong and they doing something that you would never do. You just see a community of people that are happy. They are the same. Y'all relate because y'all are a part of the exact same community. Y'all laugh, y'all kick it. It's a love. You feel like you can be yourself. That's a sense of freedom that you're not used to having, because you ain't been able to be free. You're not free at school. You're not free at home. So you with these other punks, this group of people you done found that you feel free with. But now it's like the only way you can continue to hang with these group of people is if you participate in the things that they do, that you don't normally do, that you weren't raised to do, that you would never do. But it's almost like I can't not do what they do, because these are the only friends I got. These are the only people that understand me, that I can relate to. This is all I know. This is the only sense of freedom and happiness that I have living in this dark world. So I gotta do it. That's how they feel. I'm telling you, baby. I'm telling you. And where does that lead? That's where you see a lot of people that, you see a lot of the gays, they runaways, they homeless, they in the Covenant House shelters, they end up getting locked up. A lot of that, it comes from that. It starts at home. I don't give a damn what nobody tell you. It starts at home. And the minute you slam the door in your child's face and you neglect that child could have been an AB honor roll student, never missed a day of school, did everything good, respectful, loving, everything good. The minute you slam the door in that child's face You don't even know what the hell that child been going through at school. How long they been battling with this. They could have been battling with this all their goddamn life. And they came to you and told you this. And you slammed the door in their face and you ridiculed them and you beat them down with the Bible and do all of that. You just ruined your own child's life. You did. You don't try to say they did, because a lot of y'all like to think that this is a choice. This is just... Stop saying what you don't know. You need to sit down and try to understand. You won't ever understand fully because you don't live in your child's body. You don't know. You could not even begin to imagine. You need to be thankful and grateful that it wasn't you. And just learn to love, be there, support your child. You got to. Because this stuff that Boosie doing to his daughter, it's terrible. It is mentally draining. It damages your child. I don't give a damn. Like that, I'm telling you, that is horrible. It does not help. I'm telling you what I know. It does not help your child. You are damaging your child. You are sending your child down a path of destruction without even knowing, because guess what? You making it about you, your feelings, how you view and think your child should be living, instead of understanding that your child could just be different. And that's okay. Understanding that it's completely okay. And that God knew what he was doing when he made your child. The best thing that you can do is love and support your child. The worst thing you could do is turn your goddamn back on your child and not support them. That is the worst thing you as a parent can do. And I don't care what nobody says. The minute you do, you need to understand that you failed your child in that moment. You failed as a parent. You failed because they didn't ask to be here. You failed. But then what nobody say, you failed the minute you turn your back on your child. Boosie has failed as a parent. The materialistic shit don't matter. Don't ever think that that matter. You failed your child the minute you turn your back on your child. I want you to know that, okay? Don't ever treat your child like you see this man doing his daughter. That's horrible. That's something she got to live with for the rest of her life. That's horrible. And I don't mean to just get so caught up in my emotions when it comes to stuff like this topic, but I just think that there's so many people in the black community that have kids, and y'all run with just that mindset and the thought process that Boosie has, and y'all don't realize how much damage y'all are doing to y'all child. You just don't. You don't understand. You will never understand. You just won't. You won't ever understand. But that's why I say just be grateful that it's not your story, because it's not an easy road. Like, I don't know why y'all think that because you look online and you see the way the world is now, you feel like it's so much better. Yeah, I will say the world has did a, like, I'm not going to say a full 360. I'm not going to say that because there's still a lot of homophobia in the black community, and especially in the black church. So I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that. But the world has done, I'll say it's done a good 180. There's still a long way to go. But like, I mean, in my younger days, I can say they were still gay bashing. I've experienced it all. I've had to endure it all. Just being honest before I end this off, like with me, my mom and daddy didn't raise us to fight. Like, I wasn't raised to fight. I wasn't. That's not, and it's not a bad thing. I wasn't raised to fight. So I didn't go to school as a little boy in elementary and stuff knowing how to fight. I wasn't raised to fight. I was raised to, yes ma'am, no ma'am, be respectful to my elders, do what I'm told. Like go to school, do my work, respectful, like be mannerable. Like that's how my mom and dad raised us. They told us if somebody ever put their hands on you, you hit them back, but don't you ever hit nobody first. We weren't taught to fight. That was nothing that we were ever taught to do. But when I was in the 3rd grade, like I always got like the gay slander and slurs threw at me when I was from 4 years old. Once I entered school, I never had a day in school that I didn't experience that. But I remember in the 3rd grade is when I started getting jumped on in the restroom in school. And so every day when I was in the 3rd grade, every day in the beginning of the year, we would go to the restroom. And when we go to the restroom, they have the girls going to the girl restroom and the boys going to the boys restroom. And every day in the beginning of the school, I went into the restroom during the restroom break. I had to go because that was like the only time they took us to go to the restroom in the morning. And I had to go. And every morning, the teacher would go on the opposite side of the T buildings with the girls to the girls' restroom for the minors to the girls. And they was like, well, the boys, y'all will be fine, boys. Make sure y'all, do y'all stuff or whatever. And when I would go into the restroom with the boys, they would close the door and they would all stand around and block the door. And one of them, each time, would jump on me. Every day. This was every day in the beginning of the school year. They would jump on me, call me punks, FAGS, beat me up every day. A different dude. They would close the door, somebody standing, hold the door closed. They would circle around the restroom, and one of them, they would take it'll be one dude every day would jump on me, and they'll all be standing around laughing at me. Whoever the dude that they didn't pick for the day beat me up, they would laugh at me, beat me up every day. This happened for I swear to y'all, this happened for about a good 4 months. And one day, I just told myself, I never went home and told my mom and daddy this. I never did, because what am I going home and tell them that I'm getting jumped on because they calling me gay? Like, what am I tell them? What am I tell them? It's already embarrassing because I don't even understand. I know something is wrong with me. I know something different. I know because I like boys, but I don't really fully understand what this is. But hearing that word used to scare me when I hear that word. So I just didn't. What am I going to tell my mom and them? This is what's happening to me because this is what they saying about me. I just didn't know. I didn't know how to. I was a kid, 3rd grade, 8 years old. So one day, I said, I was tired of it. I just told myself that, I'm not going to let them keep jumping on me. I'm not going to let them keep doing me like that. And one day, I went into the school, and we had to go to the restroom. And when we went into the restroom, just like always, they did the same thing. These boys whooped me for about 4 months, I'm telling you. And that one day, I didn't know who I had to fight that morning. I had no clue. I walked into the restroom, and I just was prepared. They closed the door and did the same thing, got started, and they circled around. And I remember it was this Mexican guy. He was a little boy, Mexican boy. And he said, oh yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass today. And soon as he just ran up to me, I just swung at him and closed my eyes. And bitch, when I opened my eyes up, he was on the ground. And for a minute, I was stuck because they was like, oh, because I was like, he hit the ground. And baby, I started stomping his ass. I remember I took that motherfucking head and put it in the toilet and was like, I did him so dirty. And from that point on, I swear to y'all, I was going to school every day. I didn't miss a day of school because every day I wanted to go in that restroom to get every last one of their asses that had been given me, because I was like, oh, bitch, I can fight. That's what I was like to myself. I'm like, oh. And what's crazy is, after I started going in that restroom and tearing into their asses, they started getting up off of me, and then everybody started wanting to be my friend now. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about it as a child, I never forget that. And I just think about how cruel people are. And it's like, wow, I ain't do nothing to y'all. I'm a lovable person. I get along with everybody. Why y'all had to do me like that? You know what I'm saying? Why I had to deal with that? That was something I dealt with a lot. Right? And honest to God, y'all, I never told my parents about this until when I called my case and I knew I was going to prison. I remember my mom a confession letter telling her a whole lot of stuff she never knew that I had been doing and been going through, that I had been through. And that was something I told her about. And I remember when my mom came to see me, she was just crying because I couldn't even read it. I can't even believe it. I'm like, oh my God. Because my mama just, she didn't know. I just hid it. I never told her because how can I tell my mama this? I'm getting bullied and getting jumped on for being gay. You know what I'm saying? I just want to leave that with y'all just know that you don't know what your child is going through when they go to school. You do not know. So the worst thing you could do is make home even worse for them when they get there. That's the worst thing you can do, because you don't know what your children are battling when they're at school, especially when it's something like that. Because the world has changed a lot and it's been way more acceptance, but there are still a lot of cruel, homophobic people in the world. It just is, and it won't go away. They will not go away. Look at Boosie. This man got set on YouTube worldwide and said what he just said in relation to his own daughter. And then look at how she is expressing the hurt. I'm sure she felt alone. Her daddy saying, contaminate? You don't want her to contaminate the rest of the worst thing y'all can do is support somebody like Boosie and the way he feels and take that home. That's the worst thing y'all can do. But I understand that we live in a very messed up world. You know why? Because if y'all ever notice, look at how everybody still support Lil Duval. After that stuff with them tweets and him came out. Just go back and look at how they still support him. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and look at Lil Duval tweets from Twitter. Them tweets that he made in reference to his daughter. Go look at them. And look at how everybody continues to follow this man. Just read them tweets from him. I don't even understand. Even these blogs. Ever since I read them tweets that man put about his daughter, I immediately unfollowed him. I could not believe that I was even reading that stuff. I could not even believe that a man would say weird stuff like that about their daughter. I could not believe it. But even more so, I could not believe the way the black community still supported him after that. Everybody, like that man, folks he still be tweeting and Joe, they still treat, you know what it reminds you of? When folks be talking about them uncles that be in them families that be S-A-N, R-wording the girls in the family, and the girls, they be the told parents and grandmas and people in the family, and they just overlook it, and the uncles still be coming around, never get locked up, never go to jail for it, still come around, and while they know what they nieces and daughters and told them, and they just brushed them off, but still let them uncles come around. That's what that shit remind me of with Lil Duval. Every time I see something that these blogs, Shade Room, all of these blogs, when they post something about him, it just reminds me of that. Just think about it. It's like, damn. This man says some really weird, like crazy stuff about his daughter, and his tweets, and everybody just brushed it off, laughed at it like, that man is just as nasty and weird as P. Diddy and all the rest of them. That's weird. It's real weird. But that lets you know the world we live in. They will condemn and tear down the gays. They'll sit online and say, when somebody says something like, well, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and a man's supposed to be with a woman, and the woman's, but they will get in the comments and tear us up about that. But sit right online and support Boosie and Lil Duval. Be in their comments, laughing and kikiing all of that. That let y'all know a whole lot about where the state of the world we live in. I'm telling y'all, the worst thing you can do is turn your back on your child, baby. That's the moral of the story. My heart goes out to that girl. I feel like we have always wondered how he could say some of the things that he said and have a gay daughter. We are like, because so many people, we would say that, like, it's just crazy that he say all this stuff and his daughter is gay. But now we have learned that she really has been dealing with a lot from him, that he actually doesn't support her. He really don't. And he actually has showed us that he literally turned his back on her. He don't support her at all. That is disgusting. Don't ever be like him. And if you are, like I said, you failed your child. You failed your child. If that means nothing to you and you don't give a damn, maybe you just don't give a damn. But you failed. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. I wanted to make this short, but it got lengthy because I don't care. I just had to get this out. So whoever watched it all the way through the end, thank you for staying and listening. I hope it reaches the right people. I hope that somebody that has a child that they're dealing with this with, I hope that they watch this and can learn something from. Because you got to know it's not easy. It's hard. If you got a child that has came to you and expressed that they are a part of this community, it's not easy. It costs nothing to love. It's free. Loving your child is free, baby. It costs nothing. Like I said, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Also, make sure you keep your notifications turned on so you can be notified whenever I drop some more heat like this. I love y'all. Peace.